Zero Fortitude is an explicit podcast, and you have been warned.
Welcome to Zero Fortitude. I am your host, Michael, and with me today is Bernie.
Hey.
And just Bernie.
And that's it. Just me. Because I'm just that great. I'm that awesome. I'm that super spectacular and all that good stuff.
Well, I'll let you believe that. And then I'll tell the people the real reason. The real reason that it's just me and Bernie on this episode is because we are the only two that are going to be going to Gen Con.
Gen Con!
Yeah, I am ready to go. Yeah, I'm not screaming yet like Bernie is, but I'm getting close.
I've been holding that one in for quite a while, so.
If this is your first time listening to Zero Fortitude, I'm just letting you know right now this is going to be a little different than our regular episodes, because today we're going to be talking mostly about Gen Con, what events we're going to be doing, things that we're looking forward to, stuff we might pick up. So,
now, one thing that you might want to, because I was telling somebody at school, it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to Gen Con. They're like, oh, what's Gen Con? So, Mike, what is Gen Con?
Well, why don't we hold off on what is Gen Con, and let's go ahead and start with what we've been doing.
Ooh, nice one.
Bernie, I'll let you start. What have you been doing?
I did. Ooh, get this. I actually was able to do Friday Night Magic in my hometown. They the store Hastings, they're actually doing Friday Night Magic now.
Hastings, really?
Yes. I mean, they're doing Hastings, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Dice Masters. They got a big section of comic books. It's like almost like a very large comic book store.
Now, have they just started, or have they been going and you just discovered?
I think the guy said they started in January, and this was their first pre-release that they did. And I was like, ooh, I'd like to do that. So I was able to do Friday Night Magic, and then I also did the pre-release. The cool thing was the Friday Night Magic, because I actually played the green-white intro deck from the new Origins set.
Mm-hmm.
And what I did is I took out all the greens and I added a little bit more whites. And with that, I was able to come in 7th of 13 people. And I was like, hey, that's cool. And then today I realized, hey, wait a minute. I placed top 8. Ooh, nice. Me likey, I like that. So I was like, I am kind of impressed that I actually got top 8 in a Magic the Gathering tournament. Yeah, it's just Friday Night Magic, but
still,
that's a big deal for me. I've never placed any. Usually I'm like 12, 13, 10 out of 13, you know, so to get 7, that's a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you go to a tournament like that or anything like that and you get you do well, yeah, it's a big deal. I hope the pre-release went well for Hastings, so that way they continue to do more.
Yeah, they did pretty well. They sold out of all the pre-release boxes that they had. They were able to get all of them except for like 3, and they were all blue. And it was funny because it seems like talking with other people that went to pre-release, blue was not a very good color to. Well, it wasn't a color that people were picking a lot.
Yeah,
it's like white and black were like the two big ones that just went out within like 5 minutes.
Of course.
So I was like, well, okay, that's good, because I was looking for either green or red. So,
well, you lucked out on that one.
Yes. And let's see. Besides Magic, I have been doing. I guess you could say binge watching. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I was like, wow, that's actually a pretty good show. Now, if you kind of been paying attention to our podcast, you realize that I'm not one to binge watch. So for me, when I say binge watch, I mean I watched 4 shows in a row. I mean, that's... yeah.
That's pretty big for you.
That's for me to watch 4 shows in rows. Like, whoa, you must really like this show. So yes, I really do like this show. I finished the first season. I'm starting the second season. I'm not too sure about it. It seems like it's taking a while for it to take off because they're doing a lot of introduction. I'm like, yes, get it over it. We know that.
Well, you got to go through the beginning before you get to the new
like
stuff,
any good book. The beginning is always boring, but the ending is always great. So I will stick through the boring parts. And I think that's pretty much my thing, other than school. But school's awesome, so we'll go with that.
Mm-hmm. For me, last weekend, I had a Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition game weekend where
very cool.
We got to go and play 5e at a friend's house. Saturday morning, we went to his house, stayed the night Saturday night, played Sunday morning, and left over there like Sunday afternoon. So we went there.
Just like a bunch of teenage little kids, huh?
You know, I haven't done that in a long time where I went to somewhere else's house. I mean, I go somewhere else, place's house, and play games and hang out. But I haven't went and said, okay, we are just going to play Dungeons and Dragons, 5e. This is what we're doing. We're going to play the campaign that we've been trying to, get through. We played our characters. We got, a couple of chapters done. It was play, eat. Play, eat. Break, play, eat. Break. Okay, sleep if you can. And then we woke up, breakfast, play. Till it was time to go home. And it was much needed. It was awesome.
I've never really done that.
It's been a long time, and it's a pain in the ass to get schedules lined up. So it was kind of this is it, and everybody was like, all right, we're going to do this regardless. And
I guess the only thing I can do is, like, back in the day when Star Wars Galaxies and the beginning of World of Warcraft, I would do that, like, Sunday morning. I think I would start, like, at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'd play, like, all throughout the night. And
I haven't done that in a long time either, but yeah, it was fun. Just to let you know, I am playing a bard. And
What's your name?
My bard's name is Silver.
Silver the Bard.
Silver the Bard. I am a half-elf bard.
Are you the Bard Silver?
And I love my bard. I love it. I wanted to try something different.
Yeah.
So in the very beginning of the campaign, I played a cleric, and I got killed. And I got tired of my cleric. I really did. I'm like, it's boring because I was a battle cleric. Fight first, heal second, and it just got boring. I'll swing my sword. I'll heal. Okay, swing my sword. Got boring. So I decided I'm going to play a bard. It's something different, and there's a lot of things I could do with a bard. I can do spells. I can also heal if I need to. I could be a battle bard if I wanted to, or, one that can wear medium armor and do different stuff like that. So right now I am like a trickster type bard. I am very good at stealth. And that type of stuff, since we don't have a thief, I basically am the thief. Plus I have like spells like minor illusion and mage hand and different stuff like that. I've got 1 or 2 damaging spells, but
So I want to hear stories. What are some stories from some of your adventures?
Oh, we just kind of started with the campaign. So
nothing memorable that comes to your mind right off the hand?
Let's see. I'm trying to think because there's been a lot of stuff that's been going on. Now, this is one that we got. This is the one that Jacob is running.
Okay.
One of the campaigns that Jacob's running, and one thing that's memorable is he got into an argument with somebody else there who was like, "Hey, I should be getting this and this and this, and I want to do this." And Jacob's like, "No, you can't do it. Blah 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 blah. You should have been paying attention to your own character."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, I blah 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 blah." And Jacob, without missing a beat, goes, "Why don't you lick my brown eye?" And we're stopped and looked up and it's like, "What?" Jake's like, "Yeah,
that just happened. Deal with it."
So yeah, it that kind of stopped it and then started back. But no, I'm liking the bard. I just stand back and do my spells, sing my songs, and
where do you need me? Heal this person. Heal.
No, I don't ask. I do.
Oh.
Because our little fighter barbarian guy goes in and attacks. Our warlock does Eldritch Blast and lightning.
Spell.
Does that. Our paladin is a goody two-shoe kind of. And our cleric goes in and seems to be getting hit a lot. It's not good when the cleric dies.
Yeah, that's not a good thing. It's like, why are you all the way up front? Because I'm a battle mage.
Now,
no, you're not. You're a cleric. Get back there.
Our one cool thing, I mean, it's not really like, oh my god, I can't believe this happened. But it's like, I can do a spell called Dissonant Whispers or something like that, where I can whisper something, and if my target, they'll hear it, it'll be real loud and ringing, where they'll try to get away from me.
Oh, that's cool.
So, in the way it is if they're in combat with somebody and they move, you get an opportunity for an attack.
Yeah.
So he was the main bad guy was fighting, and I hit him with whispers, and he backed off, and everybody was around and got a free swing. And then he came rushing back and attacked, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm just standing back. Boom.
Kapow, kapow, look at me. I'm throwing spells. Kapow.
What are you whispering? I'm going to kick your ass. So, had a good weekend. It was a good time. Much needed. Much needed. But what is also needed is...
Well, see, I'm just going to say about your little weekend, what a bunch of geeks.
Yes, we were. But, all right, we're going to go ahead and talk about Gen Con now.
Yeah, Gen Con!
And since Bernie asked, let me explain what Gen Con is. Gen Con is this huge convention of gaming. It's called the Best 4 Days of Gaming. This convention's all about board games, role-playing games, card games. It's got some computer games, some video games. It's got a little bit of everything. There's even a hotel in a section for anime that shows a little bit of anime on it. Board game dealers, the people that design the games and different stuff like that, go to Gen Con to release certain games, so you can see the people that created games. You could actually meet the designers. A lot of the companies are there. It's just an experience that you have to... If you really are into gaming and you want to do something, it would be cool to go just once.
I think the cool thing is that you can take your family, and let's say the father is a big gamer, but the rest of the family, you're just like, that's just what dad does. That's cool because the whole family can go there. Dad plays the games, and there's stuff for the kids, and there's like a spa for the wife, the mother. So there's something for everyone. And it's funny because a lot of these conventions, they have what's called Family Day, but with Gen Con, all 4 days is Family Day,
And then they do the family discount on Sunday, where you can bring your family at a huge discount to come in and check it out Sunday. Which I do see a lot of people that take advantage of that.
Because it's a good deal.
Oh, yeah. I think we should go ahead and start with what we are scheduled or what kind of events we signed up for.
Yes.
At Gen Con, they have all these different events. People will run all kinds of games, and they have free gamings and all that. But you have to sign up for events, and games are limited. They only hold so many people, so you have to sign up for what you want to play, and hopefully you get in. And then they have like generic tickets, where if no one shows up or not scheduled, you can turn those in, and you can get into the games.
I think I might be wrong, but I think they had like 22,000 events over 4 days.
Yeah, it's not just gaming. Some of it's, crafts, painting, make a foam sword, dice bags. My daughter did chainmail stuff where she did chainmail on stuffed bears last year. So, there's all kinds of stuff there.
There's and you can sign up for everything, but there's some things that they will go like within 5 minutes, and there's other stuff that it's still available right now. So you can sign up for it right now, and it's still going to be available. So 22,000 events.
All right, I think we'll go ahead and let's start with Thursday. Kind of what we're doing there. Well, before that, real quick, we're going to be getting there Wednesday.
Yes.
We are leaving
Wednesday morning, right?
Yeah, we're leaving here Tuesday night, driving straight through, so we should be there around Wednesday afternoon, early afternoon. And we're just going to kind of relax after that. We will go out to eat. Rob will be meeting with us.
Oh, that's cool.
Rob Hall will be meeting with us Wednesday night to eat a pre-dinner like what we do every year. Say, all right, everybody have a great Gen Con. Because the other thing is, you probably won't see everybody else after that. Because everybody does their own thing.
Yeah, it is kind of funny that, like, that 1 year when we had, like, with 12 people?
Well, everybody.
We had, like, 12 people, and of those 12 people, I never saw a single person. Well, no, I think I saw 2 people in passing. But other than that, in all 4 days, I never saw a single person. And 12 people, I never saw.
It is weird.
I was like, wow,
because everybody does their own. There's stuff there for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them stayed in the card hall and played, Magic or ran certain events. Other people just stayed in the dealer hall,
or they just got sick and stayed in the room.
Yeah, it just kind of a little of everything. But, I only have one event that I got into Thursday, and that is a Doctor Who game with my youngest daughter. I'm not even sure what the adventure is about or storyline, but last year we got in a Doctor Who game, and we had so much fun playing in that my daughter wanted to get into another one this year. So we were lucky to get into one together. So that is my only game really Thursday. The other part of Thursday, I'm just going to walk that dealer hall. Check out and see what's new, which we'll talk a little bit later of what games we're kind of looking for. I've got a list of ones I'm going to try to grab. But that's going to be my first day, is kind of walking the dealer hall, talking with people. And then I have that game later on that afternoon.
Isn't there a preview? Like you can get in early
for press?
For press and VIP.
Yes, you get in the dealer hall an hour early.
Is it from 7 to 8?
No.
From 8 to 9?
9 to 10. What time does the dealer hall open? Like 11 or 12? Because the press is like, I think, an hour or 30 minutes early.
Okay. Well, I was just thinking that,
they're still setting up at 7 to 8.
Okay. Because, like, my very first event on Thursday is at 8. And that I was thinking, maybe I might be able to blow it off, but I was like, no, it's the Shadowrun Crossfire game. And I was like, no, I can't give that up. No. That's something I've been wanting to do since we tried to play it at PatentCon. I was like, dude, this is such a great game. I want to go play it again.
So now you're going to learn how to
to properly play it.
And play with other people that can... Okay.
And so, I mean, the thing was that as soon as I saw it on the event list, I signed up for it, and I was like, okay, so when's Gen Con? I want to go play. So, yes, I'm very excited about going to play Crossfire. Then after that, it's the LARP, Cthulhu LARPing. And I was like, I want to see what Cthulhu LARP is like.
Have you LARPed before?
Yes.
Okay.
So, I mean, I have an idea what LARPing is, but that was more of a fantasy medieval setting.
Oh, yeah, you did go do that.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I forgot all about that.
Well, it was a while ago, so but it was a good way to get my feet wet into what LARPing is. So I kind of have an idea what this could be, but since it's not the actual medieval fantasy setting, it's Cthulhu. So I'm like, how does this work? How do you do a Cthulhu LARP? Mm-hmm. So what I'm thinking is that they might take the group and they might take them around downtown and say, well, okay, it seems like there's some sort of weird, mysterious thing off in this building. You know, maybe we should go search for it. And there might be somebody inside that building and say, okay, you lose sanity.
I think on one of the LARPs, I don't know if I'll go through town. I think they had one like in a ballroom in one of the hotels, or a couple rooms together type of area. Because one Cthulhu one, I walked by because they were opening up the doors and they had all this stuff set up. Oh, and I was like, ooh, what is that? And they're like, oh, this is a Cthulhu LARP. And they had different areas set up, that looked like different stuff in these ballrooms, and people were in costume doing different stuff. It looked like gangsters, like 1920, or 20, whatever, gangsters. So I guess it was one of those prohibition type Cthulhu type games, but it looked interesting.
Yeah, and that's where I was like, oh, and when I was actually able to get into a Cthulhu LARP, I was like, yes, I get to do Cthulhu LARP. I'm rather excited to do Cthulhu LARP. The next one is, I've always wanted to do Shadowrun, the RPG. So I will actually be able to do, it's called First Taste, and the way it works is, it is a beginner's storyline for people that have never played Shadowrun. And I was like, ooh, that's perfect for me. Let me go play that.
That is a really good thing. It's just an intro adventure. Let's learn the system.
So I'm excited to do that. And then the last thing is a Star Wars RPG. It's called Force 044 Order 044 Order 44 Recall. And pretty much the idea, and this is why I was kind of excited, is that if you remember during the third movie, there's that Order 66, right? Mm-hmm. That says, kill off all the Jedis. Well, with this takes place after that. So this Order 44 is the recall order saying, hey, come back, we need to go attack these other Jedis doing this and this. So at the end of the description it says, will you be one of the clone troopers that will actually go and attack the Jedi, or will you just go off on your own and do your own thing? And I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. I'm kind of excited to see how that plays out, too.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, and there were a few other Star Wars ones I really wanted to get into, but I didn't get into those. But oh well.
Wow, sounds like you got a busy Thursday.
I have a busy Gen Con. Okay.
Yeah, all right, we'll just go ahead and now we'll start with Friday, or we'll move on to the Friday area here. Now, I have a early 8 o'clock game Friday from World of Darkness.
Ooh, what's that?
World of Darkness is a system that does vampire, werewolf, wraith, those games.
Yeah.
Well, World of Darkness is like the main game, and you have to have World of Darkness to run everything else. So I've only played in one, World of Darkness game at Gen Con. Had a good time with it. In that game, I was a goth emo girl that got killed in a Hall of Mirrors. Go figure. So I was the first one to die. So
imagine that. The goth girl gets it first.
Hey, I got a set of World of Darkness dice.
Oh, that's
for
cool.
being the first one to die.
Oh, really?
So yeah,
that is cool.
Yeah, it was pretty good. So I kind of want to get more familiar with the system.
Mm-hmm.
So I signed up for that, and then Friday night I will be in a Cthulhu game with my other daughter. So Thursday, Doctor Who with one. Friday, Cthulhu with the other one. So we got the Cthulhu games with the MU Skull.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, yeah. Last year, my daughter got into one of the MU Skulls game, and I'm like, you will like it. They do Cthulhu really well. And if you get the person who I'm thinking you're going to get, he's funny, you'll really like it. And she did. She got the person who I wanted her to get.
Oh, that's cool.
She goes, oh, my gosh, Dad, he was so funny. And this game was this and this. She had a really good time with it, so she's like, please, let's get into one. So, as luck would have it, we both got into that's going to be run by that guy, so I can't even remember what the adventures wrote down. I just kind of got a schedule here, but I can't remember what it's about. But it's Cthulhu, so we're probably going to die. And yeah, this will be just me and my daughter. So I got one, like I said, Doctor Who. This one's my Cthulhu, and that is my Friday. There's a break right in the middle, to do whatever I want. Lunch, or walk around the Dealer Hall, just kind of relax a little bit, I got some time on Friday.
Well, let's see. For me, I was just looking it over, and Friday is Star Wars Day. Because it starts off with another Star Wars RPG. It's called Jedi Unleashed. And if that's the one that I remember, that takes place, if you remember in episode 2, the arena battle where all the Jedis get the first time the Jedis are battling the robots.
Mm-hmm.
This takes place at the end of that, and pretty much you're just a Jedi fighting off these robots. And what do you do afterwards? And I was like, oh, I want to do that. I'd like to see what would my Jedi do at the end of that battle.
Now, let me ask you, because I don't think you said, which system will these be using for Star Wars? Is this going to be like the old D6? Is this Saga? Or is this the new version of Star Wars?
Well, the first one, the Order 44, that's the second edition Star Wars.
Okay.
This other one, Star Wars Jedi Unleashed, I don't have it written down, so I'm not sure what that one will be.
Oh, it's not. I mean, I was just kind of curious if any of your Star Wars games was going to use the new, was it Edge of the Empire?
And that was one thing I was kind of looking for.
I didn't know if any of them were going to be with the new system, because I would like to hear your thoughts on how that goes.
And that was one thing I was thinking about. I was like, well, I would kind of, when I was doing the preview of all the events, I was like, oh, I'd like to do the new stuff. But a lot of the campaigns just didn't really interest me with the new system, and all the ones that I liked were like either the old system or kind of like a mishmash.
Yeah, because Jacob's got Saga.
Yeah,
he likes Saga, so he was like, I kind of want to get the new one because it's Fantasy Flight and it's a new system, but do I have the money to spend on a new book, or should I just continue with what we're doing? So he was looking also for kind of feedback for that. So, but all right, I'm sorry. Go ahead and continue here.
Okay, so the next one is: do you remember in the very first one that Chewbacca and C-3PO are playing a chess type game, right?
Yes, let the Wookiee win.
Yes, let the Wookiee win. The loser doesn't get pulled. All those great quotes from there. Well, they actually have a game. That is actually a game now.
The chess?
Yes, it's called Dejark. Dejarrik.
Okay.
Dejark. And you can actually play that game, and you can actually... So the event is called Learn to Play the Dark. So I was like, ooh, I'd like to play that, and hopefully my arms aren't pulled out of the socket, so...
Oh.
Yes, I will let the Wookiee win. And all those other great puns. After that, it's an introduction to the Star Wars miniature game. Because I've seen it, I like the...
Is it like the X-Wing? Star Wars Attack X-Wing or whatever?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It just says Star Wars Miniature 2nd Edition.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm guessing right. Star Wars Miniature 2nd Edition.
There you go.
And that's pretty much it for Friday, so.
All right. Saturday, let me see here. Oh, that is right. I am doing a first for me. I don't have anything scheduled on Saturday. I see both of my kids, they have events, but my Saturday is open. I don't have anything signed up for. I don't have anything scheduled as far as people to talk to. I have that day free, which I've never done. I've always got something scheduled, so I'm going to take advantage of Saturday by probably staying in the Dieter Hall, playing demos, talking to other people, really looking at certain booths. Because every year in the Dieter Hall, I always say, I'm going to look at every booth and just to see what they got. And I never do. I walk past, and if something catches my eye, I stop. But there's booths, you kind of walk past. And then every time after, I listen to a podcast or listen to somebody recap Gen Con. Oh, at this booth, they had this game. And I'm like, what? Why didn't you tell me? Nobody told me this. I walked past that booth. I didn't even stop. Oh, my goodness, So I wanna be one that finds something good that's like, oh, my gosh, I walked by this booth. I checked out this game. They ran a demo. It's great. I went ahead and bought it. I can't wait to teach you and show everybody else. So that is my plan for Saturday, really. And if you're there and if you see go hang out or go to lunch or something like that, Saturday would probably be the day to do it.
So you can hit up on Twitter and just be like, hey, Mike, you want to go hang out?
Yeah, chances are, yeah. I will be open to go, check stuff out, walk around, or do whatever. So that's my Saturday. Bernie?
So for my Saturday, I'm doing a Doctor Who LARP. And the reason I did LARPing for Doctor Who and Cthulhu instead of just regular RPG is we kind of have this unwritten rule that when you go to Gen Con, we do things that we would not do while we're here. So when we're here, we can do a lot of role-playing game. We don't do a lot of LARPing. So I was like, in that case, Doctor Who LARP, Cthulhu LARP. And I was actually able to get into Cthulhu LARP and Doctor Who LARP. So, yay.
And the other thing is, my daughter also got into the same Doctor Who LARP. Without knowing, I'm like, yeah, my daughter got into a Doctor Who LARP. Bernie's like, hey, I got into a Doctor Who LARP. What time? And they were the same time.
It was funny because I was telling Mike, and I was like, oh, yeah, I got into a Doctor Who LARP. And he's like, what? He's like, yeah, what time is yours? I was like, well, mine is this time. He's like, well, so is my daughter's. Like, really? Well, what's it called? It's like, it's called this. So is my daughter's. I was like, oh, okay.
So at least there's somebody that should know, because yeah, she's wanting to try a LARP too. She's kind of wanting to take advantage of try something new at Gen Con thing. Play a game that you don't normally play, and both my daughters have done that this time. They've got other games that I really didn't talk about what they're doing, but yeah, she wanted to try something different, and she wanted to try a LARP. And she picked a Doctor Who LARP over everything, so can't wait to see and hear how that goes.
That would be interesting.
Yes.
The other things are, I have 2 other runs with the Shadowrun First Taste, because since this might be my only time to actually do Shadowrun, I was like, I'm going to get as much Shadowrun into those 4 days as I possibly can.
Right.
If I have time, I would love to do another run of Crossfire, because I have a feeling that's going to be a great game. Then finally, there is it's something called Harley Quinn Party 2, and it actually is a Crossfire game, but supposedly there's some sort of special twist. There's a special guest that was there 2 years ago, I think it was, or a year ago. And supposedly it was, a lot of people had a lot of great fun, so they're doing it a second time. And I was like, ooh, me, can I go? So I was actually able to get into that. So yeah, I'm excited to see that, how that plays out too.
Right.
So, and that's pretty much my Saturday right there. So.
Oh, wow. Sounds like you got a busy Gen Con.
I plan on it.
Yeah, like I said, I've got those events, but a lot, I got to make sure both my daughters get to their events, and they're going to be busy. My wife's not going, so it's just going to be me and the girls this time. So I wanted to make sure they got into a lot of their events that they wanted to and stuff like that. So I'll be running back and forth, checking in on them, and yeah, they're excited. They are ready to go. They're like, okay. And Hope's even cosplaying.
Oh, really? What's she doing?
She is doing Raven from Teen Titans.
Oh, that's cool.
So last year she went as Assassin's Creed.
And she did very good for that one.
Yeah, she. I told her, I said, you're going to be a little hot. And then she's like, no. But then that first time she's walking, she's like, oh my gosh, it's kind of hot. Plus I'm walking around. I'm like, I told you. So this time she wanted to do Raven. It's real simple, So
I think the funniest story that you told me was that somebody was saying, all of her picture, her head is always down. Why is her head always down? And you were like, well, duh, it's Assassin's Creed. His head is always down. It's like, oh, yeah.
Well, the thing is, like, when you cosplay, seems like you always set a pose.
Yeah.
So when somebody goes, hey, can I take your picture? Boom, you do the pose. Yeah. And the Assassin's Creed's picture's always, face down with the hood coming up. So that's how she wanted.
Yeah.
She did get an actual picture there last year of her. They have this thing where it's a green screen, and they take your picture and they Photoshop the backgrounds.
Yeah.
And they had this like big notebook of different backgrounds. And she saw this castle one. She's like, ooh, that way you can kind of be like sneaking up the castle.
Yeah.
And then she flipped over and she saw the TARDIS. She's like, that's what I want to do. So she's like sneaking into the back of the TARDIS. It's got the console, and she's in the back going, sneaking. So, yeah, she was happy. But, this year she's going as Raven. And she's checking out a few cosplay seminars, because I think she's starting to kind of get into that
cosplay thing.
Yeah, which is cool. So
one quick thing, last Wednesday, I think it was either last Wednesday or last Thursday. Maybe it was this Wednesday. When was it that I was getting gas? I told you I was getting. Was that this week or last week?
I don't remember. Anyway.
Well, anyways, so I pull up. I go to get gas, and all of a sudden I get this flashback memory of whenever we were doing the drive up to Gen Con, and I remember pulling into this truck stop, and I was like, "Oh my goodness! If I don't get to Gen Con soon, I'm gonna go crazy." So, have you had any flashback moments of like that?
Nah, not like that. I'm ready to go. I mean, the drive is always fun. I like the drive because we're all in the vehicle. We're telling stories, and everybody's talking about what they're doing, and it's a good time. And then it hits this certain couple of hours where everybody's neither out, asleep, or half awake. It's just like, especially on the way home.
Yeah. After
Gen Con, everybody's tired, ready to be home, and it's just like dead. And then you get here, So, yeah, I'm having flashbacks to those already. But
yeah.
The drive is long. It's going to be about 14 hours for us. Probably 15 the way we stop. But, yeah. So why don't we go ahead really quick and kind of talk about what we're looking forward to and kind of what we're excited to pick up. Like, for me, I'm already starting to see what kind of releases there are as far as, like, board games and, role-playing games and stuff like that, and kind of making a list of what I want to pick up. And one game I'm wanting to pick up there is Dark Moon. Dark Moon takes the trader part from Battlestar Galactica and shortens it down. You're all on like a space station. Some people are infected, and some people aren't. So it's kind of who knows who a Cylon is, who don't. You roll your dice behind a screen in secret, and you're trying to do a goal, and everybody rolls their dice. It's like, oh, I only have good dice or bad dice, so no one quite knows who the infected are. It's supposed to take that trader part from Battlestar Galactica and shorten that down and kind of focus around that. I like that. I've been looking at plays of this, and I cannot wait to buy my own copy of it while I'm up at Gen Con.
Yeah, this was one game that I actually was able to play because my teacher, he got an early edition of this game, and we played it in class, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is so cool. And when Mike said, hey, by the way, I'm getting more Dark Moon, I was like, oh my goodness, you're getting Dark Moon. That's so cool. Because I loved it so much. So I'm rather excited for you, too.
I think you're the only one right now, because I told my kids, and they're like, I think
they haven't played it yet.
Yeah,
that's why.
They don't know what they're missing. The other game, another game I want to pick up is called Mysterium, which I'm probably going to have to pick this up really quick if I want to, because I have a feeling it's going to be sold out. This is Dixit, for those that have played Dixit, meets Clue. A short recap, you're a ghost, or one person plays a ghost who got killed, and everybody else is players trying to investigate and figure out how the ghost died. But the ghost can't communicate by telling you, so they have to give you pictures of the clues for the players to try to figure out, how the person died. So it's kind of like Dixit as far as that goes, because you can only send pictures, and it's not a picture of something. It's a weird, like, interpretive. Like, if there's a car that's got a cactus on it, for example, are you trying to tell me the murder weapon was sharp, like that? Or was the room green, like a pool table? Was it in the billiard room because cactuses are green? It's interpretive. The ghost can't talk. You give players. I don't know a whole lot really about it, kind of from what I've seen, but I like that concept, and I think I'm going to go ahead and pick that one up. And
yeah, if you were to only pick up Dark Moon and not this one, I'd be happy. But if you get both of them, I would be very happy.
Oh, these are on my list to pick up. I'm also going to pick up. Let's see, what else do I have written down? Oh yeah, Takenoko Chibis.
Is that the one you played at last weekend?
Takenoko is the one with the pandas.
Oh,
the panda
okay.
And the bamboo farmer.
Yeah.
Well, Takenoko Chibis is an expansion, and I showed this to my daughter, and she's like, "We need to get this because now you get a female panda and baby pandas." So, and it's got the little figures and all that. So, yeah, my daughter cannot wait to get this expansion. So, this is also on my list of something to pick up.
Is it popular? I mean, is this something that people are waiting for?
Yeah, a lot of people are kind of wanting this. It's not going to be it's going to sell out Thursday type of thing, but yeah, I'm definitely going to try to pick mine up early.
Okay.
And another game I kind of want to look at is One Night Revolution, which have you heard of like One Night Ultimate Werewolf?
I was going to say, is that like One Night Werewolf or?
Yes, it's like One Night Ultimate Werewolf. Did you ever play the Revolution game? Or was it Revolution? I'm trying to think of it now, where you're sending people on missions and one person's the traitor.
I want to say
Resistance.
Resistance.
Yes. Think Resistance, which is kind of like that.
Yeah.
And One Night Ultimate Werewolf. where they mix it, and you have to go. You get like one mission or something like that. From what they're trying to fix is like One Night Ultimate Werewolf when everybody, put your head down and all this and does something. This one is everybody's doing something instead of, oh, well, I heard so-and-so move, so he's this, or if you're a villager, you don't do anything, what kind of thing. This has everybody gets to do something, and kind of that. I like those games. I kind of like Werewolf. My family likes it okay. I know Jacob can't stand it.
Yeah, he doesn't like the trader mechanic.
So, it's not the trader mechanic he don't like. It's like the social games like this is what he doesn't care for. So I know he won't play this, but I kind of want to get it for my collection. So it's one I'm going to look at and kind of play while I'm there. What about you? What are some of the ones you're going to look for?
Well, the one thing that I really want to get, and this is something that I was trying to get in Las Vegas Comic Con, I didn't find it, and I was kind of disappointed, is a kilt. Yes, I want to get a kilt. And it's one of those things that when I was at the first my very first Gen Con, I saw that they were selling kilts, and I was like, maybe I should get that. And I almost did, but I was kind of afraid of money. Do I have enough money? Do I not have?
Right.
So this time I actually made it so that I have enough money for a kilt. So when I come back from Gen Con, I will have a kilt.
Okay.
Yes.
To each their own. You know what? You do whatever you want, Bernie.
As far as games, I haven't really been paying attention to the games coming out. I know Dark Moon because I played it in class and I was like, oh, that's such a great game. As far as picking up games, I think I'll just whatever catches my eye while I'm walking the dealer hall. If anybody has a good sales pitch and can convince me, then yeah, I'll buy your game. So here's your challenge, Mr. Marketer type person. Convince me to buy your game.
There you go.
And that's pretty much it as far as buying stuff. Food, kilts, and maybe games.
All right. Yeah, and there's other stuff I'm kind of looking for, and I know my girls want to add some more games to their collection, but they're the type that when we get there, we'll walk around. If we see a game that we like, and we play it, and we like it, and want to get it, can we get it?
Yeah.
Then we'll go from there. If not, that they don't know what's come out or anything like that. That's how they are. So they're looking to add a few more games to their collection, and they are excited and looking forward to Gen Con. Much like I am. I am so ready. I cannot wait. This is my vacation.
And the best part, I think the best part is going to be where the hotel is located. Because like last time we stayed like a few blocks away. This is inside the convention. So all we're gonna do is just go downstairs and go to the convention. You get tired, you go back upstairs, go to sleep.
All right.
And it's from Las Vegas and Dallas. I think that is probably the best thing to do. If you can do that, do it. I mean, it is so cool. That, I mean, it's just kind of obvious that when you're at any con, you're gonna get tired.
Yep.
And so it's so great that if you get tired, you just take the elevator back up, you sleep for an hour or two, and you can take the elevator back down, and you don't have to lose any time. So,
all right, Bernie. I think that's gonna do it for this Gen Con episode.
I think so too.
So yeah, we're gonna wrap this up, and then I think we're gonna play a game of DC deck building Teen Titans.
You can't tell anybody. It's a secret.
Okay, yeah, disregard that.
For next time, find out what we played.
I don't think you're gonna be worried about that because we're gonna have so much content from Gen Con, it's not even gonna be funny. But
yes.
All right. Visit our website 042.com. Email us at 042@gmail.com. And let us know how you like the shows. I am Michael.
And if you want to reach him so that you can spend the day with Michael from Zero Fortitude on Saturday, where can they reach you?
The best place would be Twitter at Zero Fortitude.
So there you go.
Yes.
Go find him. Go hang out with him. He's a cool guy.
They know that. So, yeah. Let me know, and maybe we can meet or do something, walk around the dealer hall a little bit. So, that's Bernie.
I'm gone.
All right. We will talk to you later.